everybody, Deborah and Joseph here, and today I just wanted to make a little video and kind of share with you my home birth story. So this is my experience and what happened for me and my home birth with Joseph. So yeah, I'll be talking about birth and labor and etc. So if you don't want to hear about those wonderful details, then maybe don't watch this. But anyways, so I just want to start out with saying, if you are maybe thinking about a home birth or trying to decide between a home birth and a hospital birth or a birth center, you need to follow God's lead and you need to pray about it, seek Him, and find out what His will is for your life. I am very happy I chose a home birth, and I know that is the way that God led me and my husband and our family. But I don't necessarily think that a home birth is for everybody. That might not be how God directs you. But I definitely would say to pray about it and think about it and consider it as an option for you. So I do have my phone here. I'm gonna look at some notes I took about what I want to talk about. But I guess just first of all, I kind of will share just kind of about labor in general and how that went for me. So everything with my pregnancy went smooth, well, all throughout it. Baby was healthy, had a good, strong heartbeat. He was very active. He loved to kick around a lot and let me know he was there. So very thankful for a healthy pregnancy, no complications at all. Had a lot of morning sickness, but no complications. So very thankful for that. And so I guess kind of my birth story, labor story. He was born on a Thursday at 12:40 in the afternoon, and so the night before, kind of the few days leading up to it that week, kind of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I'd kind of had some light cramping and some light minor bleeding. I just kind of could tell things were maybe starting to move that direction. My due date I'd kind of figured was December 15th or so. My midwife had it at December 17th, when she was actually born on the 17th. And so basically right on his due date. So kind of leading up to that, I had some kind of light cramping and whatnot, and kind of like, okay, I think things are starting to happen here. And then Wednesday night, about 9 or 10 at night, I started really noticing that I was actually having contractions. I kind of was like, okay, I think these are real, real contractions that are coming, not just Braxton Hicks leading up to it. So contractions started that evening, and they were about every 5 minutes throughout that whole night. So I think I went to bed at like 10, maybe slept for an hour or so, but then the contractions started and they lasted all night for every 5 minutes. So I did not sleep at all. It was like you drift off a little bit and then, nope, there's another one. So they lasted all night, and then towards morning they were getting closer together. Definitely getting stronger, but I still wasn't sure, kind of like a timeline of how long it was going to be and stuff, because this was my first baby. I didn't know. So we'd been updating our midwife, kind of letting her know, how things were going, how things were progressing, and so she was wondering when she should be coming. And I was like, well, I don't know. You hear all these horror stories about first-time moms having super long labor, and they were in labor for 48 hours and all this. I'm like, well, I don't know. Am I gonna be like this till 5 o'clock tonight? So she told me to get in the bathtub and kind of just relax with the warm water for a while and stuff. So I did that, which was really good, really relaxing, helpful during that first little bit in the morning there. And then contractions were continuing to get a little closer together. There were still probably, some 3 minutes, some 4 minutes. And so I just enjoyed sitting in the tub for a while, and then I got out and They're definitely getting stronger, definitely getting more intense as they were getting closer together. So by this point, we were like, okay, we should probably, update the midwife again. And so she was on her way, and my mother-in-law was also going to attend the birth and help. And so she got here before the midwife. And by that point, I was in the bathtub again. I'd gotten out for a while, was in the bathtub again, and the contractions were definitely getting strong. They were very much intense, and I was feeling like I needed to push. So at one of those points, I had gotten on the toilet just because I kind of felt like I had to go to the bathroom. I wasn't sure. And my water broke then when I was on the toilet, and that was basically right before I got into the birth pool. So I did a water birth, and the birth pool was set up in our living room. My husband had filled it up, and it was ready to go. As I was, laboring in the tub and stuff, and getting ready to go in the tub, getting ready to go in the birth pool. So my water broke on the toilet, and then the midwife got here, and then that was when I got in the, my water broke on the toilet, and then I got into the birth pool, and I labored pushing in the pool for about an hour and a half, and then Joseph was born. And a lot of people ask how could you do that without pain meds? Was it just absolutely awful? How was it? And for one, I don't have anything to compare it to, so I don't know what it would be like with meds versus without meds. But I would just say that I think we are more capable of a lot of things than we think we are, and God made our bodies to give birth. He made our bodies to do this. It's a completely natural thing, and no, it's definitely not pleasant. Yes, it is painful, but not something that could not be worked through, and not something that, you knew it was going to come to an end. You knew that there was a reward at the end of this pain, that in a little while you were going to meet your baby, and the pain would be worth it. So again, I don't have something to compare it to. I can't say, it was this way when I had a medicated birth, and it was this way with a natural birth. But I'll say that on one hand, it was not as bad as I thought it would be, but then again, I didn't know what to expect. So one point I want to give is that you need to cover your birth in prayer. Cover your labor, cover your child, cover your baby in prayer in those months leading up to it. I had two kind of main prayer requests that I had been praying about and seeking God for, and that was that my labor would not be long and that I wouldn't tear. And I thank God that both those prayers were answered. My midwife said that a lot of first-time moms would like to have had the labor that I had, and so I'm so thankful for that. Thankful that I wasn't having contractions for 2 days and just having a very long labor. So I am so thankful for that. And then the other was that I was really praying that I would not tear, as a lot of first-time moms do. And I just had one very small, minor little tear, and it healed up very well. So you need to cover your birth in prayer wherever you're at. If you're at the hospital, if you're at home, if you're at a birth center, cover that in prayer. Cover your labor in prayer, and seek the Lord for that time. So let me check my notes here and see what else. When you're choosing the people to have at your home birth, you need to be comfortable with those people. Don't, if a certain relative wants to be there and you're not comfortable with them, don't have them there. Having a home birth is meant to be relaxing. It's meant to make you comfortable because you are in your environment. So I had my husband, my midwife, and then my mother-in-law, who was kind of the helper and assistant. So be comfortable and be in prayer too about who should be at your birth. So it needs to be someone that's helpful, someone that you know can handle the emotions, handle the stress of the situation, someone that can be of help to the midwife perhaps, and just add to the environment, make that environment calming and peaceful for you as you are laboring and getting ready to give birth. So that is kind of a brief synopsis, little story of my home birth experience. It was so good to just be in my home, be with my husband, to have our families be able to come right away that evening. Right now, you know, due to COVID and everything, you know, visitors probably wouldn't have been allowed right away, or probably not allowed at the hospital at all. So a blessing just to be where your family could come right away when he was born, and be in your own home. Go to bed in your own bed that night, and just be comfortable there with your husband and your new baby. You know, even just getting out of the birth pool and sitting on your own couch and just relaxing there and soaking it all in is amazing and is so wonderful. So yeah, I just want to encourage you, if you're thinking about a home birth, just to pray about it. Research your options. Know what's available to you. Know, be informed about your choices. Be informed about your options, and just know that if you seek the Lord, He will guide you in what you should do. So that is all I have for now, and we'll talk to you later.